Title: The Curse of the Rusty Forks. Part 1: The Forgotten Cellar. It was a chilly autumn evening when a group of close friends decided to explore an abandoned farmhouse on the outskirts of town. Legend had it that the farmhouse was once home to a family who mysteriously disappeared without a trace, leaving behind secrets that were rumored to be buried within its walls. As the friends cautiously entered the creaky wooden doors, they were met with an eerie sight. Dust and cobwebs obscured their path, and the air felt heavy with an unspoken presence. Despite the overwhelming feeling of dread, curiosity pushed them forward. They stumbled upon a narrow staircase leading to the cellar. Hesitant but determined, they descended into darkness. With each step, the air turned colder, and the scent of decay grew stronger. As they reached the bottom, their flashlights illuminated an unsettling sight: an array of rusty forks, dangling ominously from the ceiling. Part 2: The Haunting begins. Unnerved, the friends began to experience strange occurrences. They would hear whispers echoing in the corridors and feel icy breaths tickling the napes of their necks. Shadows danced across the walls, and the sound of scuttling rats filled their ears. But there was something more: an ominous power seemed to emanate from the rusty forks. Soon, their nightmares blended with reality. One by one, the friends fell victim to inexplicable accidents. Amelia, an adventurous soul, found herself ensnared in a rusted fork, barely escaping with her life as blood trickled from her wounds. Another friend, Daniel, encountered a grotesque figure lurking in the shadows, constantly tormenting him with visions of pain and despair. With each passing day, the group's skepticism transformed into fear. They realized the curse of the rusty forks clung to their lives, determined to claim their souls one by one. Part 3: The Sacrifice. Desperate to break the curse, the remaining friends delved into the history of the abandoned farmhouse. They discovered that years ago, a witch named Eleonora had inhabited the property. Locals believed she had enchanted the forks, using them to consume the life essence of those who dared to intrude upon her dwelling. One evening, as they gathered in the dimly lit living room, faces streaked with dirt and exhaustion, a plan was formulated. Guided by snippets of information, they theorized that the curse could be broken through sacrifice. Reluctantly, they decided that one of them would have to offer themselves up to end the horror that plagued them. Torn by guilt and fear, they drew straws, and Sarah, the quietest of the group, drew the shortest. She had made the ultimate sacrifice. Part 4: The Final Stand. As dusk settled upon the farmhouse, Sarah made her way to the cellar, the rusty forks glinting menacingly in the moonlight. The remaining friends watched her descend, their hearts heavy with sorrow and hope for redemption. Sarah stood amid the silent cellar, the weight of the curse pressing down upon her. With a deep breath, she willingly impaled herself on the rusty forks, a martyr to break the curse and save her friends from certain doom. A sudden gust of wind swept through the farmhouse, extinguishing all light. In the ensuing darkness, they heard a blood-curdling scream, followed by a deafening silence. Part 5: Reflections. When sunlight finally pierced the farmhouse, the friends emerged from their hiding places, their hearts heavy with grief but also relief. The rusty forks had vanished, leaving behind only a lingering sense of loss. They vowed never to speak of that fateful evening again, a vow they kept for years. But even now, when autumn leaves fall and the chill of a darkened night sets in, the memory of the curse of the rusty forks lingers, a constant reminder of the horrors that once consumed their lives. And somewhere, in the deepest recesses of their minds, a question remains unanswered: what other forgotten tales are buried within the shadows, waiting for curious souls to ignite their dormant malevolence?